Hi guys. So, fair warning, this video's lighting is gonna be pretty terrible. My background is gonna look a really gross colored yellow. I promise my walls are white. The light just makes it look like that. But what can you do? It's nighttime. I don't have the natural sunlight, so this is how we're doing it. So, today, on that very uplifting note, we are doing a quick Q&A video. I've actually been getting some requests to do a Q&A video, and I've gotten a lot of questions that I think would fall pretty good into a Q&A video. They're not, questions that deserve an entire video, but they're good questions. I don't want to say good enough because all questions are good, but they're good questions to be answered. Also, my phone is down, so we're going to be facing down because that's our setup at the moment. So I have on my laptop to my left a list of 15 questions that I picked from some of the comments and DMs on Instagram and things that I've gotten to answer in this video. This will probably be one of many Q&A videos. I love doing Q&A videos. I love watching Q&A videos. I like telling you guys about myself because I like to talk about myself, and then I also like to get to know other people. So it's kind of a two-way street here, except I'm talking to my phone. But I'm talking to you guys, so it's fine. So yeah, let's just get right into it. The very first question, which I actually get a lot on pretty much every single one of my videos, if not every other video, or on some of my very popular videos, I see this question over and over and over again. What is your disability? My disability is what they call severe PTSD from childhood and adolescent trauma, and it has an umbrella of a bunch of different chronic illnesses that my brain has. But my official diagnosis, government recognized disability, is PTSD. And under that, I have a lot of different illnesses that make me crazy. Yes. And such, I have a service dog to help me with that disability. A lot of people think that my service dog is for my depression, because I do have depression, but depression and anxiety are not government recognized disabilities. PTSD is a government recognized disability, and symptoms of PTSD can be depression and anxiety. However, mine are kind of separate, kind of not. Kind of separate, kind of not from my PTSD. But I've also gotten a lot of questions about, people have anxiety and depression and they want to get a service dog, and I have to tell them, I'm sorry, but that is not a government recognized disability. If you do that, you'll be doing something illegal, but you can have an emotional support animal. I'm sorry, it's not, I don't make the rules, I just tell them. So yes, that is my official disability. If you don't know what PTSD is, it stands for post-traumatic stress disorder. Why am I talking with my hands so much? Can we stop? It stands for post-traumatic stress disorder. It's basically is what happens when your brain goes through something really traumatic, or several things that are really traumatic, and it can physically alter your brain, either chemically, how it's formed, how it's shaped, and especially if it happens during your child and adolescent years, while the brain is still developing, it can have a severe impact on your brain and how you function and live. So that's my disability. But I'm diagnosed with a whole other kind of stuff, which I have several videos that explain it. I think the one that really addresses it the most is why I need Carame, what's my disability, something when she doesn't remember what her own videos are called. It's fine, scroll through my videos and your questions will be answered. Second one, completely not related. Do you want kids? Well, I have two, but they're dogs, but they're like my kids. Except one's 11 months old, so she's still a child. So I have a kid. Well, whatever. Yes, I do want kids. I want 5 or 6, actually. And I want to have them young. I want to have my first kid by hopefully 22. Like, I really want kids. So, yes, I do, which is crazy because I actually kind of hate kids. I hate other people's kids. Except for my baby brother and sister. I love them, obviously. If they're my family, I will love them. But other people's kids, I can't stand unless they're well behaved and disciplined correctly. And by correctly, I mean disciplined. You see those kids screaming around the aisles when their parents are just like, oh, I don't know. I'm like, dude, stop it. Get your kid under control. Especially if they're like getting into something dangerous that's going to hurt them. Then I'm like, come on. Like, save all of us the like panic attack and just get your kid from touching that sharp knife. Please. So, yes, I do want kids. Do you want to be married? Yes, I want to be married very young as well. Ideally by 20 is when I want to be married. So I want to start a family young. I have my reasons, but it's also just kind of like just seems right, and it's kind of just what I want. That makes sense? I've never been much of the party girl. I've never really wanted to, when I turn 21, I want to go live it up in Vegas. No, that's not me at all. I want to be 21 and setting up a nursery type situation with a pretty diamond ring on my finger. How old are you? I am 18. I turned 18 as of March 2nd this year. So my birthday is 321, March 2nd, 2001. 321. What college do you or did you attend? I'm 18, so I am in college. I go to the University of Arizona, and it's pretty great. I like it. Related to that, what are you studying? I am studying pre-psychological science with an emphasis in child and adolescent psychiatry. Basically, I want to be a child and adolescent psychiatrist, and then I would also like to be a psychologist / therapist. They're kind of the same thing. So I want to do the medical side of it, which is what a psychiatrist is. I have ink under my nail, so if you randomly see a black spot float through your screen, that's what that is. Unless it's a bug in your room, in which case, pause the video and take care of that. A psychiatrist is a doctor that can prescribe medications for people's mental disabilities, whereas like a psychologist / therapist is more of like a counselor. They can't prescribe any medications, they can't make any diagnoses, they kind of just like help you through your problems, which psychiatrists can do as well, but their emphasis is more the medical side than the talk therapy side, if that makes sense. And then what is your dream job? It is to be a child and adolescent psychiatrist and psychologist. Basically, the reason being is my psychiatrist and psychologist did a lot for me. They really did help me, and I want to make that impact on someone else, specifically kids and teens that did not get dealt a very good hand in life and who are struggling just like I struggled. You know, there are kids that attempt suicide at 8 and 9 years old, and I want to be someone to help reduce those numbers and help kids and teens that need it. So, yeah. Do you want another dog? Yes. Yes, I do. If I didn't live in an apartment and if I had more money, I would get one right now. I want to get Amora a friend because Karame frankly hates her. Pretty much wants very little to do with her. Like, she'll tolerate her, she'll say hi, she'll give a few butt sniffs, maybe a kiss or two, but that's about it. I really want someone that Amora can play with, and you know, there's like the dog park and things like that, which are great, but I want someone here all the time that she can play with. So hopefully within the next year I will be getting another dog, and it will just be a pet. It won't be a service animal, or retired service animals can become high-functioning emotional support animals, or just emotional support animals, or they can get the label of therapy animals, but this dog will just be a pet. So pet or an emotional support animal, but no special training, no special service or anything, just a pet. Which would be weird because I've only ever had service animals. Like, my family has had pets, but my own personal dogs have only ever been service animals. So it'll be weird to have a pet that wasn't ever working. I don't know, it's gonna be weird. I'm excited though. Would you ever rehome your dogs if to get another dog? Absolutely not. No. This question was actually asked on the video "Man Tries to Distract My Service Dog," and I was confused. I was like, why would I rehome my dogs? But I felt as though I needed to answer it. No, I would never. If I went bankrupt, I would be living in a cardboard box while my dogs ate great food. Like, that's the kind of person I am. The only time I would rehome them is if I felt it was in their best interest, is if I felt that I could no longer provide them the care that they deserve and need, then I would consider it. But they're my kids, they're my babies. I would take a bullet for those dogs, which is ridiculous to some people, but not to me. So, where do you work? I work at the PetSmart Pet Hotel. And I know there was some controversy that went on about a PetSmart Pet Hotel incident. There's actually been a couple, so I think I might do a whole video about my experience working there. But that is where I work. I enjoy it. You know, it has its ups and downs just like any job. I got bit by a dog the other day and it hurt. But, you know, that's dogs for you. So, yeah, I think I might do a whole video about that, but I'm not sure yet. Comment down below if you want to see that or not. Okay, when are you going to do another hospital video? The hospital videos, my psych ward videos, are some of my most popular videos. I think it's because there's not a lot of them. Like, it's not a very talked about subject, and I'm very blunt, I'm very honest, I'm very like, this is what the fuck happened. Like, this is the ish that went down. So they're actually one of my most popular series. So hopefully soon, hopefully within this next week. I'm so crazy busy. It's ridiculous. I work over 40 hours a week. I go to school full time, and I'm training a service dog. I'm not trying to make excuses. Don't get me wrong, please. Don't sue me. But like, I'm trying to put out videos for you guys. I really am. I'm so sorry. But hopefully soon. They are actually one of my favorite videos to make. I have to edit them quite a bit because they bring out a lot of emotion in me. Also, I think I'm getting sick, so ignore that. They bring out a lot of emotion. They bring out a lot of traumatic and unfortunate memories that are stuffed away back in my brain that I do my very best to ignore, except when I make those videos. So they're very difficult to make, which I think is why they're very few and far between, because it takes a lot to go and relive those days, and it's also really hard for me to remember those days because a lot of it, if I hadn't written down, I wouldn't remember it, because something the brain does when it's going through a traumatic experience is it doesn't let the memories turn into long-term memories. It kind of just forgets them, so as to protect the brain and to keep trauma as minimal as possible. So a lot of like the little details and some of the events, like there were some things my family told me that happened, I had no idea. I didn't remember it at all. So not only is it difficult emotionally, but it's also really difficult to remember everything, and I don't want the videos to be confusing at all. I very much want them to be just chronological, like this is what happened, straightforward, here's what it is. But it's hard. So I really enjoy making them. It's really nice, you know, telling my story and bringing awareness, and it's entertaining too, I'm sure. Like, hey, let's listen to this crazy chick talk about her days in the mental hospital. Like, there's some entertainment in there, I'm sure. So hopefully soon, to answer that very simple question that I went on a rant about. And then, do you like being a service dog handler? Yes and no. I think I will, if not always, be a service dog handler for a very long time, because it is so helpful, and when I don't have my pup with me, it's hard to say the least. But I don't like all of the discrimination, all of the attention, all of the access issues, like, yeah, it comes with the territory, you know, and especially the attention. People are going to stare at a dog in a sparkly vest, or in a vest in fries, or at the zoo. It's insane to me that when I go to the zoo, more people are looking at me than the exotic animals from all over the world. Is that crazy? Like, you are surrounded by giraffes and elephants and zebra and alligators and peacocks, and you're staring at a dog? You see dogs everywhere, and you're staring at a dog instead of staring at a giraffe that is not even from your continent? Like, that doesn't make any sense to me. I don't understand it, but people will be people. I'm not gonna criticize them. A little bit, but not a lot. That just blows my mind. And honestly, it makes me laugh. Like, when I'm at the zoo and I remember specifically, we're just going on a little bit of story time. I remember specifically, I was literally in front of I think it was the grizzly bear enclosure, and the grizzly bear was playing with a tire. Like, he had a little tire toy, and it was really cute. I was having a blast watching him. Like, it was really cute. There was maybe like 5, 6, 7 people staring at my dog, who was just laying there, not doing anything, not tasking, not responding, just laying there being good, working on public access training, while a grizzly bear is playing with a tire. And you're staring at the dog just laying there. Like, gorilla playing with tire? Gorilla. Why do I want to say gorilla? Grizzly playing with a tire, dog laying there. Why is this? Why? I don't understand. But, you know, I laughed. I really did. And then my mom turned to me like, why are you laughing? And I thought it was hilarious. I was like, they're choosing to stare at a dog literally doing nothing than watch a grizzly bear play with a tire. Like, I don't know. I just found that funny. Story time over. Yes, I love it, but I also hate it. So it's a love-hate relationship, but I love it much more than I hate it. So, yes. Are you dating anyone? I actually get this question quite a bit, and yes, I am. I'm actually dating Jack, the guy that was in my previous videos that have been deleted because we broke up, but are now back together. So, yes. What is the ring on your finger that you always wear? Is it a wedding ring or a promise ring? Yeesh. This ring, it's on my right hand. It's gonna look to you guys like it's on my left hand, but this is my left hand. This is my right hand, I promise. I know my left from my right. Yes. This was not given, it's not a promise ring, it's not a wedding ring. This was actually given to me by my dad 3 years ago, 4 years ago. It is 3 or 4. It's my birthstone. It's aquamarine, surrounded by diamonds. It's pretty, I love it. It's on my finger every day. It just was kind of a gift, because he missed my birthday because I had just gotten out of the mental hospital and was in a lot of therapy and wasn't really seeing him very much. So he didn't celebrate my birthday with me, so this was a late birthday present. And then the last question, what breed or gender do you want your next service dog to be if you get one? Like I said previously, I do want to get another service dog after Amora. Amora is only 11 months old. She's not even fully trained yet. She's got probably another 1.5 years before she's even fully trained. Takes about 2 to 3 years to fully train a service dog. And even then, they keep on training as your disabilities, keep going, or they change and adapt, blah, blah, blah. So in the long future, probably about 8, 9, 10 years from now, my gender, I will probably want a boy. I've had 2 girls. I think I want a boy next. And the breed that I am looking at mainly is a Bernese Mountain Dog. I started research on Bernese Mountain Dogs before I got a Mora because I was actually originally wanting to get a Bernese as my second service dog. But I decided that the breed was a little bit too big. I was still living with my mom at the time, and I kind of wanted a bit of a smaller dog. Smaller, a Mora is 80 pounds, so not smaller, but smaller than a Bernese is going to be. Bernese weigh between 100 and 150 pounds. A Mora should tap out about 80, 85. She's like 77 right now, so she should max out about like 80, 85. So I wanted a smaller, large dog than a very large dog. So I was doing a lot of research into the Bernese, and I really want a Bernese because they'd be great for, they're great working dogs. That's what they're bred for. They are a working breed, which so is a Mora's. Both of Mora's breeds, if you don't know, she's half Shepherd, half Husky, which are both working breeds. But I wanted the Bernese because they are heavy duty working breeds, so they'd be great for mobilization tasks and just working tasks in general. They're also really big and fluffy and cute, and they don't live as long as I would like them to, which is kind of a downside. They only live about 8 to 10 years. But they have a lot of power, a lot of strength, and they really get devoted and attached to one person typically. They're also gentle giants. You know, there's a lot of great things about the breed. Another breed I was looking into was a Dalmatian, but they seem to be a little too small for what I want. So if I did get a Dalmatian, I would probably get the biggest of the litter, and then depending on how big the parents are, something like that. So that would probably be my second or third maybe, but my top as of right now is a Bernese Mountain Dog. Again, I would probably have to like investigate more and actually meet the breeder and meet the dogs and such before I made a final decision, but that is years down the line. So unless Amora retires early, knock on wood, should be a while before I have to look into another dog. So ideally the next dog would be a male Bernese Mountain Dog, but not entirely sure right now. That is just kind of what's in my head for the future. So that is all 15 questions. Please comment down below if you have any other questions that you want me to answer. Q&A videos are really easy for me to film and upload because there's not much editing involved with it. It's kind of just a relax, sit down type video. Drink some milk right now. It's great. I really love these videos, and I think you guys do too. You guys really seem to like them, and if you don't, I'm sorry. There's a lot of other videos that have really cute dogs in there, so just saying. But anyways, thank you guys so much for watching this video. Have a wonderful day or night wherever you are, and I will see you in my next video. Bye guys.